students, welcome to GATE Academy Global. Okay, and I am here myself, Mukul Trivedi, you know me. Okay, so I am here to talk about a new course which is we are going to launch in English language. Okay, and in this course I am going to take as your irrigation engineering subject. Okay, and what are the topics and what are the chapters I am going to take in this course that we will discuss. But before that I want to talk about this course also. Okay, so this course is available in a PD form. Okay, you can take it from by PD format, in a pen drive format. Okay, it is also available as a G drive course. It is also available in a VOD format, and it is also available in a tablet course. Okay, as a tablet course you can also purchase this course. Okay, and in this course I am going to take this irrigation engineering subject. Okay, so as you can see, these are the 7 chapters I am going to deal in a irrigation engineering subject. Okay, so if I say this course is only for GATE. Okay, so yes, it is only for GATE, but it will have the extra syllabus also. Okay, so we are going to cover the GATE syllabus, as well as we are going to cover in this subject we are going to cover some AJE exam topic also. Okay, if I say about the irrigation engineering, so if you study all the chapters which I am going to give you in these 7 chapters, the content which I am going to give you, okay, that will be enough for ESE also. Okay, that will be enough for ESE also. Okay, if you solve all the questions, if you practice hard, okay, and you will study this course, you can easily solve the prelims questions as well as the mains questions of ESE. Okay, so now we will discuss that what is the syllabus I am going to teach you in this course. Okay, so my first chapter is about the introduction of irrigation engineering. Okay, and we'll see that these are some topics we'll see in this introduction to irrigation engineering. Okay, first topic is yours, introduction to irrigation. Okay, in this introduction to irrigation we are going to see that what are the benefits of irrigation, what are the disadvantages of irrigation. Okay, next we will see that in there are various methods for supplying water to the field. Okay, so we can use surface irrigation, we can use subsurface irrigation. Okay, we can use drip irrigation, we can use sprinkler irrigation also. So that we will see in the method of irrigation. Next there is one more topic, that techniques of water distribution. Okay, as you know, there are different types of farms. Okay, they have different sloping ground, they have different topography, they have different soil. So according to that we also have different methods for supplying water in the field, that we will see in this topic. For example, what is border strip method, we will see what is check flooding. Okay, so these are the different techniques. After that, okay, plant also need water. Okay, so we will see quality of irrigation water. Okay, as we have quality of drinking water, so there are some quality of irrigation water will be there. Okay, so we will see that in this topic. Now we will move to the second chapter. First chapter is not that much important for GATE, but it is important for the subject basics, as well as it is important for some state AJE exams. Okay, because in that they will ask you some these small things. Okay, and this is also important for your ESE exam. That's why I placed this chapter 1 in this course. Okay, now we are going to discuss this second chapter. This second chapter is important for every exams in India. Okay, and this second chapter is also important for agriculture engineering students. Okay, this is called water requirement of crop. Okay, why I am saying that it is important for agriculture engineering students also? Because in this chapter we are going to discuss some terms related to agriculture engineering. Okay, like what is core watering, what is paleo irrigation, what will be the delta, duty and base period, okay, and every year GATE ask you one question from this topic, okay, a fixed question from this topic. So we'll see in detail, in-depth knowledge of delta duty and base period, as well as we'll see what are the factors affecting duty, and what are the duty at various places. Okay, if you are thinking that duty will be high at the river and duty will be low at the field, then you should join this course, that so that you can know what is duty and how duty will affect everything, okay, and how duty will vary from place to place. Okay, now we'll see the next topic, which is also very important for every exam, that is irrigation efficiency. Okay, so what is irrigation efficiency? Means some amount of water will be lost during when water travel from river to the field. Okay, there are some type of losses like seepage loss, like evaporation loss. Okay, and in the field also there are some runoff losses, deep percolation. So after facing these losses, what will be the different type of irrigation efficiency, we will see in this course. Okay, and after that we will see what will be the irrigation requirements, in your field as well as in the canal, or what will be the real requirement of any plant, that we will see, and that is called consumptive irrigation requirement, or that is called consumptive use of plant, that how much amount of water will be consumed by the plant and how much amount of water you want to supply, that we will see in these topics. Okay, so after that our third chapter is about soil moisture plant relationship. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to discuss that soil is very necessary for the plant. Why it is necessary? So as I told that if you want water, you can easily stretch your hand or walk some distance, and you can easily get this bottle, this type of bottle, and you can easily drink water. Okay, but plants are not capable of that, doing that. Okay, so what plants will do? Plants will extract the moisture from the soil. Okay, because soil has a capacity to retain the moisture. So we should know about the soil and the plant relationship, what the relationship they will have. So in the first topic we will see what are the different types of water in the soil. Okay, what are the classification of water in the soil. After that we will see what are the soil moisture constants, means what will be the saturation capacity, what will be the field capacity, what will be the permanent wilting point, that we will see in this chapter. And after that, as you know guys, these waters are in the pores of the soil. Yes, these waters are in the pores of the soil. So how we can calculate the equivalent depth of water for every capacity, for field capacity, for permanent wilting point, for available moisture, for what is readily available moisture, that we will see. Okay, this chapter is also important for GATE. Okay, if I say that what is the weightage of irrigation engineering in GATE, so it is about 2 to 4 marks. Okay, generally 2 marks, and the question will comes from your second and third chapter only. Okay, but if I say that what will be the weightage of irrigation engineering in SSC or in ESE. Okay, so in ESE it will cover 8 to 10 marks. Okay, and in SSC also it will cover 6 to 8 marks. Okay, in prelims and in mains there will be different scenario. Okay, both in both the exams, means this irrigation will have 17 to 20 marks. Okay, and it is also important for practical purposes. Okay, so after studying this course, I will ensure that you can easily determine the forces of dam. Okay, because as a civil engineer you should know how to build a dam and how to determine the forces on the dam. Okay, it is very interesting subject and you will enjoy. Okay, I will say you will enjoy this subject. Okay, so after this chapter there is also one more important chapter, that is your design of canal. Okay, that is your design of canal. So this is your fourth chapter, design of canal. So in design of canal, first is introduction to canal. Okay, means what are the different types of canal. Okay, there are so many types of canal. Okay, and there are different type of classification based on. Okay, sometimes it is based on the canal alignment, sometimes it is based on material. Okay, so basically we have two different types of canal, that is one is aligned canal and another is unlined canal. Okay, so what is the difference you should know between lined canal and unlined canal. So in this course we are going to study both. Means we are going to study the designs of unlined canal by Kennedy theory. Okay, now so there are some limitations in Kennedy theory. Okay, that will be overcome by Lacy theory. So we'll see the Lacy theory also for unlined canal, and after that we'll see what will be the design of lined canal, and how we can economically decide that whether we are going to provide lining or not, that we will see in this topic. Okay, and there is one more important topic, that is sediment transport mechanism. Means water will carry some sediments. Okay, and water will score the unlined canal also from the sides. Okay, so what will be the discharge, what should be the discharge, so that scoring will not take place, that we will see in this topic. Okay, after this canal chapter we will see a very important topic, that is your dams. Okay, so we are going to discuss about the gravity dam and spillway. Okay, so in introduction to dams I will give you the introduction of all type of dam, that is earthen dam, rockfill dam. Okay, and your arch dam, gravity dam. Okay, but now, then after we will focus on gravity dam. Okay, means what are the forces acting on the gravity dam. Okay, what are the different forces acting on a gravity dam, and what are the modes of failure of any dam, we will see in this topic. After that we will see what are the principal stresses acting on the dam, what are the shear stresses acting on a dam. Okay, after that we will see elementary profile of the dam. In elementary profile of the dam I will give you the formulas by which you can easily determine that how much will be your base width and how much will be your limiting height of the dam. Okay, so in this course we will see all aspects of gravity dam. After that we will design one gravity dam also. Okay, and after that we will see what is spillway and how it is important for the safety of the dam. There are different types of spillway, so we will learn types of spillway also, and there is last topic which is called energy dissipators, because in spillway what happens, these are the overflowing section, means water will be overflowed from this section. So water have an energy, so it can score the downstream point or downstream flow. So how we can dissipate that energy, we will see in a energy dissipators. Okay, we will see the practical profile of the dam also. After that there is a sixth chapter called diversion headwork and seepage theory. Okay, what is diversion headwork? Because we want to divert the water from river to canal. Yes guys, है ना? So to divert this water from river to canal we have to raise the water level. Okay, and for raising the water level, every time we cannot build a dam, because building a dam is a huge investment. Okay, some poor country will not have one dam also. Okay, so we'll see that we cannot construct a dam. Okay, in every time when we are going to divert the water from river to canal. Sometimes we will build weir and barrages. Okay, sometimes we will build weir and barrages. So in this chapter we will see what are the components of diversion headworks. Okay, how diversion headworks look like. Yes, and then after we will see the seepage theory. Okay, why seepage theory? Because these weir and barrage will fail by piping failure or by uplift failure. Okay, so we'll see three theories. First is your Blake's creep theory. Okay, initially all weirs and barrages are designed by these Blake's creep theory. Okay, and after that one more scientist come up with one theory, that is called Lane's weighted creep theory. Okay, and what happens in 1910, between 1910 to 1926, what happens? Most of the weirs and barrages got failed because of limitations of Blake's creep theory. So there is one more introduction of theory, and that theory is very good, and that theory is called Khosla theory. Okay, so we'll see how Khosla defines the failure and how Khosla reintroduced the seepage theory, that we will see in Khosla theory. Okay, so this is about your 6th chapter, theory of seepage failure and diversion headwork. And in the last 7th chapter we will see some miscellaneous topics, but these topics are very important. Okay, these are very small topics, but they will have a good weightage. Okay, first topic is your canal outlet. So what is canal outlet, that we will see, and how canal outlet joins minor distributary to water course. Okay, and there are different types of canal outlet, we will see in this. Okay, in this topic. Next is your canal diversion, cross drainage work. Okay, cross drainage work. What happens in the cross drainage work? In a cross drainage work, drain will cross, or natural drain will cross the canal. Okay, like some roads will cross another road, so we'll build flyovers. Okay, to avoid traffic. Here also we cannot mix the canal water and drain water. So how we build a section so that the drain will go separately by the canal, that we will see in the cross drainage work. Okay, this is very important. This cross drainage work, it carries only 6 cases and very small cases, but it is important for every exam. Every exam they will ask you this cross drainage work. Okay, this cross drainage work is very costly, so we will see here. Okay, next miscellaneous topic is water logging. Water logging is nothing but what? It is a rising of groundwater table. Okay, so we will see that how we can, what are the causes of water logging, what are the remedies, okay, what are the effects, that we will see. Next will be your river training work. River training work, why we are going to study river training work here? Because what happens, due to flood or due to some natural phenomena, sometime rivers changes its course. Okay, and if you build a dam, okay, let us assume you are building a dam on a river's course, and due to some changes in the natural condition or due to flood, river changed its course and now it is not going across that dam, so your all your money will gone. Okay, so how we are going to save the banks by constructing these river training works, we will see in this topic. Okay, next is your canal regulator, canal fall, canal escape. So canal regulator is nothing but it regulates the canal. Okay, it regulates the flow in the canal. Okay, it is like a tap. Okay, you have a tap in your bathroom. If you open that tap, water will come. If you close that tap, water will not come. Okay, similarly, if you open these canal regulator, water will enter in the canal. If you close that regulators, water will not enter in the canal. Okay, what is canal fall? Canal fall is when the canal is running on your earth surface, okay, and earth surface is not uniform. Okay, sometimes it will have some falls. Okay, so we will also build canal falls. Okay, for the alignment, for the sake of alignment, that we will see. And what is canal escape? That we will see that if the flood will come in a canal, then how extra water will be escaped from the canal by these structures called canal escape. And in the last topic we are seeing meandering. Meandering is nothing but the changing of course of that river, that we will see in the meandering. Okay, so this comprises the 7 chapters of your irrigation engineering subject. Okay, so I welcome you all to purchase this course and you can enjoy the drive of this irrigation engineering. Okay guys, so first time GATE Academy is going to launch the course in English language, so I will assume that the students will like this course and student will got a rank and a good knowledge from a GATE Academy. So that's all for me. Okay, so now it's your turn. So we'll see that how you can respond on these syllabus. Okay guys, so bye bye, have a nice day, love you all.